Please be seated. I think this is a special moment for the first Skopje Economic Forum. It is rather rare to have two prime ministers in the same room. And actually, I would like to convey and express my deepest thanks and gratitude that the Prime Minister of Albania, Mr. Rama, is here with us. On behalf of the Delphi Economic Forum, I welcome him. And I hope that between the Tirana Forum and Skopje Forum, we are going to increase the dialogue in the region. And I would like to again welcome and thank Prime Minister Zaev for his presence today. So with this, I will turn to Alexia Tassouli, our diplomatic correspondent in Open Television in Greece, to moderate the discussion with Prime Minister of Albania. Alexia, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tsomokos. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me for being here today in this forum. It is an honor for having us, Mr. Prime Minister of North Macedonia, Mr. Zoran Zaev. Thank you very much, Prime Minister. And it is a great honor for me to have a discussion with the Prime Minister of Albania, Mr. Edi Rama. Thank you very much, Prime Minister, for joining us today in this forum. You recently won the elections again. I read that you said that it was the toughest, the most difficult, and the most beautiful victory of your party. So my first question would like to be, what is your vision for the next term for Albania, and how do you see the role of Albania in the Balkans?
Thank you very much. I think by definition, every last victory is the most beautiful. So it will not be as beautiful as it is when we'll have the next one. But at the end, victories in politics are not like victories in sport, because when you win a trophy, it's the end of it. When you win an election, it's the beginning of it. And it's just about winning, the privilege to serve, and being presented with a very challenging mission. On the other hand, I must recall here in the beginning that I'm here together with my brother Zoran after something not new for me that happened in Brussels, and for sure not new for Zoran. So again, we have to wait. But for me, this is not waiting, this is just more of the same, and in the same time, what we need to do is to keep going, and not only rely on what Brussels will say, but also rely very much on our own self, on our own people, on our own energy, and do as much as we can to merge the missions in one mission, the people in one people, the countries in one area where there are no limits of cooperation, and where the four freedoms of Europe are implemented. We are too small to live isolated from each other. We are too small to seek the hates that our children and the children of our children deserve. But together we can seek them and we can reach them. Our spaces that are limited by our borders are not enough appealing and attractive to aim transformational change as economies. But our common space is quite relevant, is quite attractive, and it's up to us to make it also realistically approachable by everyone to invest and to see economic development for the companies and for the people in this area.
Since the organizers are coming from Greece, allow me to ask you on the bilateral relations of Albania and Greece. You recently met with the Greek Prime Minister in the NATO summit, and according to the Greek sources, you agreed to speed up the negotiations on the arbitration agreement. But it seems that these negotiations are going on a slow pace. So my question is, how close are we to submit the dispute over the Ionian maritime border to the International Court of Justice?
I would not say slow compared to how many decades we have waited to sort it out. So I think we are in a good pace for that, but our bilateral relations with Greece are not just about that. This is just one problem to be solved. But in the meantime, we have so many common things. We have so many common reasons to look forward for a much stronger cooperation. And I must say that I have been very positively surprised by the new government and by the Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Greece, in the sense that they are very open-minded and they are very much not persons or representatives that look for exclusion, but they look for inclusion. So we have a lot at stake altogether. Greece is, of course, a different reality because it's part of the European Union, but still, I think, even for Greece, it's unforeseeable to turn the back to the region and to not have a more consistent and a more practical role in the development of the region. Of course, the financial crisis has somehow introverted Greek politics for good reasons, but now that that nightmare is over and that Greece is again in a safe path of growth and of stability, I hope that Greece will be more present also in the region.
Allow me to insist a little bit more on the arbitration agreement.
It's your job to insist. It's my job to give the answers I want.
Thank you. Is this discussion for the arbitration agreement relevant to other issues that regard the bilateral relations of Greece and Albania, such as the abolition of the law of war, which is still a pending issue? And do you ask for any exchanges in order to have an agreement that will lead us to Hague?
Now, first of all, they are not connected. Secondly, yes, there are issues between us, but I don't want to talk about issues as a problem. I want to talk about issues as opportunities, because more we get through them, better is for each one of us and for our people, first and foremost. Because when you look at the people, you feel bad to be a politician in this relation. There is no problem between Greek people and Albanian people, nor there is a problem between Greek and Albanian nationals in Albania, where we have an important Greek minority. Either is a problem between Greek and Albanian citizens in Greece. They are far ahead of us, and they have realized that they need each other. So we need and we should be on the same level and reflect this common sense of the ordinary people of living together hand to hand. When it comes to the issue of the maritime delimitation, it's very clear. We have decided to go in a court. I am very happy that finally the Greek side accepted this. It was my first option always since I am Prime Minister, because, you know, we are Balkan people. We are Mediterranean people. We are passionate people, and it's difficult for us to be objective when we have to dispute something. So we need a referee, okay? So this will go in its own path. And as for the state of war law, this is one of the big paradoxes, because officially we are in war with Greece. Can you imagine? So I hope that the new Greek government will get rid of this, because it's really something showing that we are still behind the people. And the signing of the Treaty of Friendship and Cooperation, Good Neighboring and Security in 1996, of course, was the expression of the reality. But imagine, we are in a relation where we have to be very good neighbors and we have to be in war with each other. Typical Balkan love. But I think we have to get rid of that and to not love and hate in the same time.
So you mentioned that there are good relations between Greece and Albania. You mentioned that there is an open-minded relationship with the Prime Minister and with the Minister of Foreign Affairs. At the same time, we know that you have also good relations with Turkey. The President of Turkey says it's a strategic partner in Albania. So what is the benefit of the Albanian-Turkish relations?
Are you jealous? You should not. Everyone should have good relations with Turkey. And I think Greece should have good relations with Turkey. EU should have good relations with Turkey, because it's absolutely beneficial for both. And in the same time, not having good relations with Turkey is not a good idea. So for us, it's very clear. We live in the middle of a triangle of countries and people and history that makes us naturally strategic partners. Italy, Turkey, Greece. So we are fine with that, and I strongly believe that Turkey and Greece have so much to share and can do so much with each other and for each other that maybe today, for many, it's out of imagination how important, for the benefit of both, this bond can be. Of course, there are issues again, but still, I think there is a way to resolve them with goodwill, and I see with a lot of, let's say, sympathy, the new kind of chapter that is being opened slowly but steadily between both sides. So I hope that through talks they can solve. And let me say this, knowing both men, I have always thought, and I still think, that if they stand in front of each other and look each other on the eye, they can do miraculous change for these relations, because they are both men with a strong sense of leadership. They are both men of the world. They are both men that care about their people, but also care about the future. So I hope this will be the case, and I hope I'll prove wrong so many jealous people in Greece. We live in a region of jealousies, so you are not alone in that.
It's not about jealous, it's about that Turkey sometimes violates the international law. That's the objections that Greece has regarding Turkey.
No, I was talking about your jealousy. I was not talking about official jealousy, because this is not my thing. But Again, yes, there are different approaches, different interpretations, different reasons. And of course, there is plenty to blame. But the blame game is not going anywhere for many, many years. So I think that if both countries will choose to talk and to solve that, it will be much more beneficial. Everyone has the reasons to blame the other, and I'm not entering in that, and don't wait for me to say that yes, Turks are wrong, Greeks are right. I'll never say that. As I'll never say that Greeks are wrong, Turks are right. They are both, for us, very precious partners, very precious friends. So I strongly believe that it's in the interest of Greece to have a good relation with Turkey, and of course vice versa.
Let's move on to the EU relations with Albania. The General Affairs Council yesterday failed to reach an agreement on starting EU accession talks with Albania. Bulgaria's veto on North Macedonia also penalized Albania, which at the same time, the 27 EU countries have agreed that Albania meets the criteria for the talks to start. What's your reaction regarding
Well, it's not the first time they fail, right? So we are used to it. And once upon a time, I was waiting with a lot of emotion their decision. It was like preparing for the marriage, having everything set, dressing well, having booked the best music, having prepared the best food, and then the bride doesn't show. You can do it once, you can do it twice, but then forget it. So they do what they have to do. We should do what we have to do. It's not about being penalized. I don't feel penalized. I don't feel, because we keep going. We continue to do the work. So it's good that finally they all agree that we are ready. We were ready before. And I don't think that because few countries said we were not ready for real. No. We know how it works. They have their own troubles. They have their own elections. For example, I've always said in Albania, forget it until Dutch will have the elections. So suddenly, after the election, we became ready. It's okay, you know. As the legendary Donald Trump would say, it is what it is. So I'm not at all worried about that. I'm worried about how much we can push, how much we can progress, because we don't do it because some people in Berlin or in Paris or in Brussels are asking us to do. No, we do it because it's the right thing to do for our people, for our kids, for our countries, to build here European functioning states. And of course, this process is very helpful for that. That's why we are very interested in this process, because it's a tool that otherwise you can't invent. It's the know-how, it's the whole path, it's the whole, you know. But they can fail over and over, and I'll not be at all pessimistic. I came here to cheer up Zoran, by the way, because, you know, he made an incredible effort, something that no one would even believe that could happen in this country. I know this country. We are part of this country because an important part of the population here is Albanian. But having a leader in this country that would go all the way, would change completely the discourse, would just fight all the odds, would open up the party, a Macedonian party, sorry, a North Macedonian party, because you are Greek. I hope not a West Bulgarian party. So to include in the list Albanians, to show that this party is the party of the people, is not the party of one side ethnically, And then to solve this with you guys, Greeks, my God, it's really big. And now, you know, he's right, and all of you, all of them are right to feel, you know, kind of totally frustrated. Because suddenly it comes to Bulgaria and asks something more. And I said to Zoran, you know, hopefully they will not ask you to be named West Bulgaria, because then you have to go back to the Greeks again. This is a joke, Zoran, you know it, right? No, we didn't fail. They failed, but they have their own reasons, and I understand. Is their house? Is their house? We want to enter there, but it's their house. It's not our house. We don't have shares yet in that house. We are Europeans without the U, so we are Europe, not European Union, but we are Europe. We are in the middle. We are surrounded by the borders of EU. It's incredible, you know, and we are still not part of their house. The only trouble I have with these guys is that they could have said always, very frankly, we love you, we want to have you in, but we have some stuff to sort out first. So the rooms for you are not yet prepared. No. What they said, it was always, we love you very much, but you are not yet ready. What do you mean you are not yet ready? It's not true. And this creates a problem here because all the people here in Albania, elsewhere, they listen with a lot of respect to these guys. And then they say, hey, you are the problem. Because these guys are so good, these guys are waiting for you, but you are the problem. So this is the only thing I contest. They can say, you have done your job, but we are not ready. But not say, yeah, we love you, we are eager to marry you, but look, you guys, you are not dressed well, and you smell. No, not true. So I can talk and talk about this, but let me stop here because then, you know, I don't want to create more troubles for Zoran.
Prime Minister, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your presence in North Macedonia. And thank you for this.
This was it.
This was it. Thank you for your time.
Very European, not much talk.
We're on time.
It means that, you know, we have learned from them something, because normally we talk
Prime
about...
Minister, thank you very much for coming, for traveling from Tirana to be here. I would like to thank Prime Minister Zaev. It was a great moment for our conference.
And thank you for something very special I had to experience here. Because thanks to your forum, I could meet again a legend, Mr. Butari, who promised me to come to Albania. He didn't yet keep the promise, but I'm very happy that I met him here. He is a legend, and I have a great respect for him. And before, when we met, Nicola said to him, Mr. Mayor. I said, no, he has never been a mayor. He is an institution of his own. He is a walking example that socialism can still work. So thank you very much, sir.
We promise we will bring him also to the Tirana Forum, Mr. Prime Minister.
I hope
with
you
the
do.
Best red wine
because the reason he gave me was not very, you know, convincing. He said, I cannot come to Tirana yet because I have health problems. So how he can come to North Macedonia then? Or feels a bit like Greece. So I'm not going further, but you should come to Tirana, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We continue.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. We continue with Ms. Katerina Sinadin, yes, for her event. Yes, please.